Thank you so much for joining me at Everyday Yoga. My name is Christine. Welcome to July. Let's go ahead and start off back on our mats in a nice, tall, comfortable seat. I will meet you on the mat. So we'll start today in a nice, comfortable seat. Oftentimes I like to sit on a cushion or on a block to raise my hips up and let my knees kind of come down a little farther. You might be hearing Princess in the background. She has decided that now is the best time to talk, so I apologize in advance if she continues to do so. Typically though, like I said, I like to sit on a block or a cushion, but sometimes I like to switch it up and just sit right down on the mat. I think that gives your hips and your knees and your ankles an opportunity to just kind of switch it up and feel different things. You might find that if you're sitting typically on some kind of support for a while, the next time you come to sit on the ground, it might be easier and it might be more comfortable. So be willing to kind of switch it up every now and then. You never know what might speak to you. So I'm sitting in an easy seated pose, Sukhasana, which is basically just cross-legged. But normally I like to sit in Siddhasana, which is one heel in towards the groin, and then the next heel kind of stacked in front of it. And you can adjust this for your legs. You might come out a little farther, you might come in a little closer, depending on your leg length. The important thing though, in any position, is that you can feel both sit bones firmly planted evenly on the ground. So we're going to sit up nice and tall. We're going to draw the crown up towards the sky and lift the heart as well. Hands can be on knees or thighs, whatever feels comfortable for you. You could have them palms up for a more uplifting experience, or palms down for a more grounded experience. But we're just going to take a moment to tap into the breath, to come into the present moment, to be here now. If keeping your eyes open so that you can see your space that you're in makes that easier for you to be present, definitely do that. But sometimes keeping your eyes closed can help you to draw inward and really picture what's going on in the body. So as we tap into the breath today, let's just notice how it feels coming in and out of the nose. Notice how maybe the chest lifts a little higher and the belly expands. And notice how the chest falls and the air feels coming out of the nostrils and the belly kind of deflates. And just with your attention on the breath, you are in the present moment. You can't be focused on what's going on in the body while you're still thinking about future or past events. So this is a great way to just be present and be in the now. One thing that might be kind of interesting to do is sort of picture your lungs like paper bags that have kind of been crumpled closed, used paper bags. And if you think about inhaling and filling up those paper bags, really expanding all the crinkles and down through the four corners of the bottom of the bag and even through the four corners at the top of the bag, even though there's no top, you can kind of visualize how that expands the lungs and then contracts the lungs. So think about really filling up the lungs completely, filling up the bottom of the bag, filling out all the crinkles, filling out the top of the bag, and then just kind of closing the bag back down as you exhale. So with that picture in mind, let's go ahead and inhale, lifting the crown of the head. And as you exhale, let's drop the chin to the chest. Getting a nice big stretch in the back of the neck before we inhale the head back to the top of the spine. And then exhale to gaze out over the right shoulder. Inhale back to center. Exhale, gazing over the left shoulder. Inhale back to center. One more time. Let's exhale, chin to chest. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the right. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the left. Inhale back to center. And then let's just take a nice, easy, gentle twist to the right. So we'll inhale length here. And as we exhale, just gentle twist over to the right. No cranking, no pushing, no pulling. The left hand can be resting softly to the top of the right knee or thigh. The right hand can be back behind your right hip, kind of like a little kickstand back here. And really draw up through that right shoulder and maybe take the gaze out over the right shoulder. Inhaling to expand through the spine and exhaling to soften into the twist. One more time, let's inhale to expand. Exhale to soften. And then release and inhale back to center. And then let's exhale to the left. Softly moving ever deeper into the twist. As deep as you feel some sensation here, but no pain. We don't ever want any pain here. Inhaling length. Exhaling to maybe deepen the twist or maybe soften into the twist. Gazing out over that left shoulder that's pulled back in space. One more full breath here. And then on the next exhale, let's go ahead and come on back to center. Let's find our tabletop. Turning over, placing your hands underneath the shoulders and the knees in line with the hips, calves parallel. We'll find that same nice long spine here, even lifting through the heart. And kind of rotate your arm bones a little bit. You can kind of see how when I'm just kind of here naturally without thinking about it, my elbows pointed out towards you. But when I really rotate inwards, the bend in the elbow comes towards me and the front of the elbow comes out, or the inside of the elbow comes out towards the front. So we kind of want to traction those arm bones like that so we can really draw that heart forward, draw the shoulder blades down the back towards the tailbone. Pressing here into all 10 fingers. Let's inhale cow. Exhale cat. Again, just moving nice and gentle here. If it feels good and you're all nice and warmed up already, you can deepen your cat-cow. But for right now, I'm just kind of slowly lubricating the spine, getting a little bit of movement and warming up a little bit here. And then let's come back to full tabletop. Let's inhale that right leg out long, toes pointing down to the earth so that the hips are square to the mat. Just kind of having this nice spinal balance here as we're still pressing evenly through the hands, still rotating those arm bones forward. A nice flat back here, strengthening through the spine. And then let's bend that knee and make some circles in the right hip in one direction. And then in the opposite direction. And then let's send that right leg out long, cross the right leg over the left calf, and press the toes down on the floor behind and to the left of you. Pressing into that heel, getting a nice big stretch in the right side body here. Maybe you want to look back over that left shoulder and see if you can see those right toes. Increasing the stretch in the neck, the shoulder, the side body, the hip, all the way down to the calf. One more breath here. And on your next inhale, let's bring the leg back in line with the body. And let's draw the knee forward towards the heart. Inhale the knee back behind you, nice and straight. Exhale, knee to heart. Inhale to send the right leg out long. Exhale, knee to heart. And then let's step the foot between the palms, coming to fingertips or palms or blocks. You might want to scooch that left knee back a little bit to make a little more space in the left hip flexor here. We're breathing here, stretching into the front of that hip flexor, drawing the heart forward, tucking the chin. And then let's inhale the arms forward and up, coming into our victorious pose, rotating those pinkies in towards one another, and then exhale down to cactus arms. Inhale, arms up, victorious pose. Exhale, cactus arms, tucking that chin. Inhale the arms up to the sky, and exhale forward and down to the mat. Go ahead and plant that left palm or fingertips down to the earth, and let's draw that right arm out to the side, coming up towards the sky. If we're taking care of shoulders today, maybe the arm doesn't come up that high. Just come as high as feels comfortable in your body. Inhaling the arms as high as they comfortably go, or maybe just a tad beyond comfortable, but not all the way to pain. Wiggle the fingers up here, continuing to breathe. Reaching up even as you press down through the left palm and the right foot. One more inhale here, and let's go ahead and sweep that right arm down to the mat. And then let's kind of send the hips back so that they're over that stacked left knee. Keep the sole of the foot down to the mat at first, getting a nice stretch across the top of the shin, which can be a really hard place to stretch. Maybe you want to go ahead and flex that right foot and point the toes up towards the sky. Still drawing the heart forward, still tucking the chin. One more inhale here, and wherever your foot is, go ahead and round forward, bringing the forehead towards the shin. Notice what you feel in the back of the leg, in the low back. Breathing here. And then let's go ahead and inhale, rolling forward to the right foot. And then let's step that right knee back. Let's do a couple cows and a couple cats. Realigning hips and spine. Reestablishing that connection between the breath and the movement. And the next time you inhale, let's send that left leg out long, pointing the toe tips down towards the earth, keeping those hip points square to the mat, keeping that length in the spine without compromising your neck here. And then let's just kind of breathe here in this spinal balance, finding strength here as we press through all 10 fingers. And the next time you inhale, go ahead and bend that left knee and make some circles in the hip there. Rotating in one direction, and then switching to rotate in the opposite direction. Let's inhale the left leg out long, and exhale to send it across the right calf. Bringing toe tips down to the earth, pressing out through that left heel. Pressing evenly through all 10 fingers, tucking the chin, keeping that neck nice and long. Maybe gazing back over the right shoulder to get a nice stretch in the left side body. Always continuing to breathe, expanding on your inhales and contracting on the exhales. Let's inhale the leg back out straight behind us and exhale to round forward, curling the knee towards the heart. Inhale to send the leg straight on back. Exhale, knee to heart. Inhale, sending the leg straight back. Exhale, knee to heart. And then step the leg all the way through, coming into your low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Coming up onto those fingertips or to blocks or to palms here. Breathing into the right hip flexor now. Maybe sending that right knee back if that feels more comfortable to you. Breathing here. And then let's go ahead and inhale the arms forward and up. Bringing them into this nice V, victorious pose, rotating those pinkies inward, and then exhale down to cactus arms, opening up through the chest, drawing the elbows down. Inhale, victorious pose. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale, arms alongside the ears, and then exhale to kind of paint that wall in front of you as you bring the hands back down to the mat besides the foot. Go ahead and plant that right palm and sweep the left arm out to the side and up towards the sky. Maybe you have more movement on this side, maybe more capacity for movement on the other side. Every side can be different every day. Continuing to breathe, lifting upward and pressing downward at the same time. One more big breath, wiggle those fingers and then sweep the left fingertips back down to the earth before we send it back to our half splits. Pressing the sole of the foot down to the mat to get that nice stretch across the shin here. And then maybe flexing, bringing the toes up towards the sky. Keeping that nice long spine here. Noticing what you feel in the back of the leg. One more inhale here, and then let's exhale to round forward. Drawing the forehead towards the knee. Noticing that stretch all the way from your neck, down the back body, the buttock, the back of the leg. Breathing into that space. And the next time you inhale, let's go ahead and come back to stack the left knee over the ankle and send it back. One more cow. One more cat. And then let's curl the toes under, send the hips back. Press evenly through all 10 fingers and peel the hips up towards the sky, coming into downward dog. You can pedal this out by bending one knee as you press the other heel towards the floor. And then do the opposite side. Maybe come up on the tippy toes, really drawing those hips up towards the sky, and then drawing the heels down towards the earth. Rotating those arm bones in the shoulder sockets just like we did in our tabletop. Take a full breath here, releasing the weight of the head. And if it's in your practice, you could jump to the top of the mat, or you could just kind of slowly walk your way up to the top of the mat, coming into forward fold. Go ahead and bend those knees generously to show some love to the low back here. And then maybe cradle the elbows and the palms, releasing the weight of the head,
tractioning the neck and the spine. Maybe gently bending and straightening through the knees to get a little different sensation in the legs. Breathing nice and deep, maybe rocking a little bit from side to side. And then let's switch the clasp. So however you have your arms clasped, go ahead and switch it. Probably the first side was the side you would normally default to, so this side might be a little funky and a little awkward. Maybe feel a little uncomfortable or off. But when we find ourselves in these awkward poses on the mat, we can train our bodies and our minds to be okay with awkwardness. That way when we have awkward conversations, or maybe try to change habits that can feel awkward at first, we can be more comfortable in that. One more big inhale here, and then let's release the elbows, press into the feet, bend the legs generously, and then sweep the arms up alongside the ears, coming into tall mountain, bringing the hands together and down to the heart. Take a breath here, reestablish the connection of the breath and the movement. And then let's go ahead and inhale the arms up alongside the ears, and then spread the arms out wide, swan diving down to the earth. Let's lift up into a half back, Ardha Uttanasana, pressing into the tops of the thighs without locking those knees, drawing the crown away from the tailbone. Release into forward fold, Uttanasana. Plant the palms, step the right toes back. Really find your foundation here. Find a focal point out in front of you, and then sweep the arms out to the sides and up into our victorious pose. Inhale here, and then let's exhale to open up into warrior two. Draw those pinkies back, lift the heart, bend that front left knee so that it's still in line with that ankle. Gazing out along those left fingertips. Inhale here, stay for the exhale. Then flip the left palm up and reach it up to the sky, coming into reverse warrior. Maybe bring that right palm down to the right thigh, gazing back at the right foot. Take a full breath here. Inhale back to warrior two. And then exhale to kind of cartwheel those arms back down towards the earth, coming back to your runner's stretch. Bend that right knee and step the right foot next to the left. Inhale, halfway lift, this time bringing the palms to the fronts of the shins here. Drawing those elbows and shoulder blades down the back. Exhale to release. Inhale to sweep the arms out and up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale the hands back up to the sky, and exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, fingertips to blocks or mat this time. Exhale to release. Go ahead and plant the palms or fingertips, step the right toe or left toes back this time. Find your foundation. Inhale the arms out and up, victorious pose. And then let's exhale, warrior two. Turning the back foot down to be flat on the mat. Bending through that right knee, stacking it over the right ankle. Drawing those pinkies back. Looking out over that right hand, right fingertips. Flip the right palm up to the sky and inhale, reverse warrior. Getting a big side body stretch. One more breath here. Inhale back to warrior two. And exhale to cartwheel the hands back down to the earth. Bend that left knee and step it forward alongside the right. Inhale, half back. Your choice, whether thighs, shins, or mat. Exhale to release. Inhale, bringing the arms out to the sides and up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, the hands up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Your choice. Exhale to release. Inhale to step the left toes back, the right toes back, coming into strong plank here. Breathing here. And then let's exhale, knees, heart, and chin down to the earth, drawing the elbows back. Coming into this really awkward S position before we come all the way down to the belly. Pressing into the palms alongside the tops of the ribs here, drawing those elbows back, tucking that chin. Let's inhale, low cobra. Exhale to release. Inhale, cobra, maybe a little higher here. Exhale to release. Inhale, cobra of any height. Exhale to release. And then press through palms and knees and come all the way back to child's pose. Bringing your forehead to a block or to the mat. You can stretch the fingertips out and get a nice big stretch alongside the body. Keeping the legs parallel here. You can soften the forearms down. Or you can paint the palms down the mat, turn the palms up next to the feet, coming into snail pose. Really inhale to that back, and as you exhale, soften, letting the shoulder blades come away from one another, draping the arms down towards the earth. Couple breaths here. And then let's roll up to hero's pose. Bringing the hands to the tops of the thighs. Finding your nice long spine here. And then let's go ahead and sweep the legs out to the right or left, or across them behind you, coming to fingertips, and then rolling the sit bones back behind your crossed ankles to come to a nice seat. Let's bring the palms to the backs of the thighs here and get a little core work in. Not because it's swimsuit season, even though it is, but because we want to strengthen our backs. They do a lot of work for us, and the core helps to support the back. So find your nice long spine with that lifted heart and tucked chin. Really inhale here, and as you exhale, engage that core, hugging those ribs in towards the center. Inhale, lifting the left leg. Exhale to place the sole of the foot back down. Inhale, lifting the right leg. Exhale, the sole of the foot back down. One more time, each side. And then maybe you want to inhale the left leg and then the right leg, coming back to balance on the sit bones, keeping that long spine. You can keep the palms to the backs of the thighs here, or you can release the palms out to the sky, looking upward, being really glad that this part is over as you bring the soles of the feet back to the earth. Let's go ahead and bring the toes towards the end of the mat, and then roll down one vertebrae at a time, coming all the way down to the mat. And then let's inhale the palms up and overhead. Inhale the legs out straight, maybe rotating through ankles and wrists. And then let's bring the soles of the feet back to the earth, bending the knees and pointing them up to the sky. Send the arms out wide into this nice T shape here, or cactus arms, or W arms, whatever feels good to you. Inhale here, and as you exhale, let's draw one knee and then the other into the chest. Inhale here, and as you exhale, draw those ribs in to support the core, so that when you inhale your knees over to the right, you have the support of the core to get over there nice and slow. Go ahead and release those knees down to the floor or to blocks or pillows if you want a little height here. Staring up at the sky, or maybe glancing out over that left palm. Getting a nice twist here. If you want a little more, you could extend through that top leg. Flexing the foot, pressing out through the heel. And when you're ready to come back to center, go ahead and restack the calves if the top leg's extended. As you exhale, tap into that core, and then inhale back to center. Give the knees a hug, draw the nose towards the knees, realigning the spine and the hips. Bring the shoulders and the head back down towards the earth. Inhale the arms out to the position of your choice. Exhale to draw into that core, and then inhale the knees over to the left. Getting your nice big twist, keeping that right shoulder anchored, maybe looking out over the right palm. Breathing here, maybe extending through the top leg again, pressing out through that heel, getting a big stretch in the calf here. And then restack the legs if that top leg's extended. Exhale to tap back into the core. Inhale up to the sky. Give yourself that nice little hug to realign everything, drawing the nose to the knees. Bring the shoulders and the head back to the mat. And then bring the soles of the feet down to the earth. And roll to whatever side serves you best, or you can draw those knees into the chest and kind of use a little bit of momentum to rock and roll back up to a tall seat, getting a little massage up and down the spine here. And then we'll come back to our seat. If you remember which leg was in front, the first part, switch it up and have the other leg in front this time. And let's find our breath again, coming back to those lungs, coming back to the picture of the inflating paper bags. Inhaling to expand, exhaling to contract. Sitting up nice and tall as you focus on the breath. Maybe take a big cleansing breath, inhaling through the nose. And exhaling through the mouth. Let the shoulders relax down. And then let's inhale to sweep the arms out to the sides and reach up, gathering as much positivity and love as you can from around you. And then draw the hands down to the heart, where we tilt the chin gently and say, Namaste.